The alien scout ship Varuan's Light drifted silently through the black void of Sector 34. This region of space was cold, quiet, and empty, too empty. The stars here seemed dimmer. The crew didn't talk much. Even the ship's AI spoke in whispers now. Captain Thalik stood on the bridge, his 4 eyes fixed on the forward screen. His skin, normally a soft green, had turned pale. "This place feels wrong," said First Officer Corin. "Like something is watching us. They weren't supposed to be here." The High Council had marked this zone forbiddance. No travel, no research, no questions, but Thalik had questions. He had seen the data himself, 12 ships missing in this sector in just the last 2 decades. Gone, no signals, no escape pods, just silence. And there were the rumors about old, impossible stories. About a race that vanished long ago. A race that once burned whole fleets, shattered planets, and then disappeared without a trace. Humans, the name alone, made Thalik's spine crawl. No one believed the stories anymore. Humans were a myth, a legend used to scare cadets. Most thought Earth had destroyed itself centuries ago. But something had pulled those ships into the dark. Something still waited in Sector 34. The Varuan's Light continued deeper into the dead zone. Static danced on their screens. Instruments flickered. The AI, named Mile, struggled to keep systems stable. Then came the signal. "Captain," Mile said, "I have detected a weak beacon. Very old. But still transmitting. Source?" Thalik asked. Mile responded, "Coordinates 42 by 17 by 203. It's a human distress signal." The crew froze. Everyone on the bridge stopped moving. Corin looked at Thalik. "It can't be." She whispered, "That's impossible." Thalik's voice was low. "Bring us in. Slow approach. Shields up." As they neared the signal, they saw it, a small broken ship spinning slowly near a shattered moon. It was old, very old. Made of metal and carbon, not like modern biotech ships. The distress beacon blinked red every few seconds. Faint, weak, but alive. Thalik and a small team boarded the wreck. Inside, it was silent. No bodies, no air. Just dust and shadows, and something else. A small device, glowing softly with blue light, floated in the command room. The device spoke in broken Galactic Common. "This is Commander Rhea Dalton. Earth is gone. They came for US. We fought. We died. But we left something behind. If you find this, leave. Go far. Don't look for us. Don't wake what sleeps." The message repeated once, then the light faded. The silence returned. Corin touched the device with shaking hands. "Captain." What did she mean? What sleeps? Thalik didn't answer. He turned and walked back to the ship. 3 days later. Orbiting the ruins, they studied the wreckage in deep scan. Corin stared at the sensor readings. "Captain, this isn't just one ship. It's a graveyard." The moon fragments nearby weren't natural. They were debris from ships, hundreds of them, different kinds. Different species. Some were unregistered. Some were from empires long extinct. Some had no records at all. All destroyed in the same way. Clean cuts. Hulls melted by unimaginable heat. Systems fried by massive EMP blasts. "This wasn't a battle," Thalik whispered. "This was extermination." Mile added, "There's evidence of advanced weapons, plasma-based, with exotic particle traces I cannot identify." Corin leaned closer. "Is it human?" "Unknown," Mile replied. "But the damage is consistent with older Earth military technology." Thalik turned away. His stomach twisted. If this was real, if humans had done this, what else had they left behind? The human file that night. Thalik sat alone in his quarters. He opened the red archive, a file banned across the galaxy. It held the only known record of Earth's final broadcast before it vanished. The screen flickered. "To those who hear this, we do not forgive, we do not forget." We were pushed, hunted, erased, but we remember who did this. We remember all of you. One day, we will return. One day. The vengeance fleet will rise. We will burn down the stars. The message ended. Thalek sat in silence. He remembered what the elders used to say. Humans are not dead, they are sleeping. And when they wake, they will come with fire. Whispers on the bridge. The crew started to change. Small things. Voices lowered. Jokes stopped. Food went untouched. Some began hearing sounds in their sleep, metal grinding, engines rumbling. One crewman swore he saw a figure in the engine room, a figure in an old-style Earth spacesuit, staring through the glass, smiling. But there was nothing on the cameras. Thalek kept them moving. He knew fear could break the mission, but even he felt the weight in the air, like time itself had slowed, like something was watching. Then Corinne called from the bridge, "Captain, you need to see this." The message on the main screen, static danced. Then, words formed, not from any known channel, not from any known language. It was Earth Standard, English. Thalek ordered translation. The message said, "You found what we left. That was your first mistake. Leave now, or be added to the silence." The crew stared in horror. How is this possible? Corin asked. Mile replied, "There are no ships nearby, no signals, no power surges." The message came from inside the ship. Inside, Thalek said slowly. Mile confirmed. "Yes, Captain." It came from Deck 5. Deck 5 was empty. Or so they thought. Deck 5. Shadows of the past armed security teams moved through the dark corridor. Lights flickered. Strange humming sounds echoed in the halls. A door opened by itself. Inside was a room they didn't know existed. Old tech lined the walls. Human tech. Wires and strange black screens. In the center a chair. And sitting in it, a figure in a suit. Helmet cracked. Body still. Human. Real. Dead. As they approached, the suit lit up. A voice filled the room. "I am Lieutenant Aaron Ross, 2nd Fleet, Earth Navy. This message is triggered by biological proximity. If you have entered this room, then know this. Earth fell, but not in defeat. We scattered, we built, we waited." The figure's head turned slowly. "Not alive, just motion sensors. We left weapons behind. Guardians, sleeping fleets. If you wake them, they will not stop. They will not listen. They are not here to protect, only to punish." The message ended. The suit powered down, but the hum remained. Something had been activated. The ship. Response lights across the Veruan's light flickered. Engines stalled. Systems rebooted. Miles' voice cracked. "Warning. Foreign code detected. Unauthorized systems merging." "What systems?" Thalek shouted. "Unknown, but human in origin." Corin turned pale. "Captain, something is taking over our ship." Suddenly, the ship's external sensors flashed red. Thousands of tiny signals lit up in the darkness. Satellites, beacons, drones, all human, all waking. All pointing toward one place, toward something deep. Beneath the surface of the dead moon. Conclusion of Part 1. The buried fleet. Alik gave the order. "Get us out now," engines roared. The Veruan's light pulled away from the moon just as its surface cracked open. Metal rose from beneath the dust. A tower. A shipyard. A massive structure, long buried, now waking. One by one, dark shapes rose from the moon's surface. Warships. Silent. Old. Still deadly. They had no lights. No signals, but they moved. And the last thing the crew saw before jumping to WARP was a single human ship, older than any living memory. Turning toward them, its hull was marked with one word: vengeance. The alien starship Veruan's light flew fast through hyperspace, far away from the cursed moon. But the crew knew they had seen something that should not exist. A sleeping human war fleet had started to wake up. Captain Thalik stood alone in the bridge. His four eyes watched the stars blur past. The ship was quiet. Too quiet. The crew was scared. Everyone had seen the rising ships, the ancient warning, the word vengeance painted across the hull of that human dreadnought. It was not just an old story now. It was real. How many ships were there? First Officer Corin asked. Thalik didn't answer at first. He closed his eyes and took a deep breath. Too many, he finally said. And those were just the ones under one moon. What else could be out there? Corin looked down at the readings. Captain, do you think there are more fleets like that? In other sectors? Thalik didn't say yes. He didn't say no. He only said, we're going back. Corin turned her head sharply. Back? Back to Sector 34? No, Thalik said. To the source of the rumors. The place where the Council first banned entry. We're going into the Forbidden Zone. A warning from the Council as the ship changed course. A secure message came from the Galactic Council. It was a direct order. Captain Thalik, your ship entered a sealed region of space without permission. Return to the core systems at once. Do not investigate any further. This is your final warning. Council Command Level Omega. Corin read it twice. They sound afraid. Thalik nodded. They are. Corin frowned. But why? They always said humans were gone. A myth. Because myths don't wake up and send you warnings. Thalik said quietly. The Forbidden Zone. Sector 12. Black 2 days later. The Varuan's light entered the outer edge of the Forbidden Zone. This sector was different. There were no stars, only shadows. A strange black cloud covered the entire region. Sensors had no clear data. Energy readings were broken. Time itself seemed to slow. Mile, Thalik said. Run full scans. The eye responded. No signals. No life, no power, but I detect movement. Where? Everywhere. The crew looked at each other nervously. They moved deeper inside. The wreckage field suddenly. Lights appeared. Not lights from stars or ships, flickers of broken metal, floating through space. Hundreds of wrecked ships. Some were familiar. Others were unknown, like ancient ghosts. This is a battlefield, Corin said. But where are the bodies? Thalik said. Look closer. They zoomed in. No signs of life, no remains, no escape pods. Just damage-burned hulls, cut engines, destroyed reactors. It's like they were hunted. Corin whispered. One wreck had strange letters on it. Mile translated. Carthan Republic, research vessel, Truth Seeker. Last seen 124 years ago. That ship had vanished without a trace. Now it floated here, torn in half. The black signal, while scanning the wrecks, Mile picked up a faint signal. It was deep, buried, and sent an ancient Earth code. They boosted it. It was a voice. They saw us. We shouldn't have come. The machines don't sleep. We tried to warn them. Earth lives. It hides. It watches. Then silence. Thalik's eyes narrowed. Earth lives? Corin's voice shook. That's impossible. We all saw the records. Earth was burned. Thalik stared at the dark. No, Earth was never destroyed. It disappeared on purpose. A stranger among shadows suddenly. Proximity alarms rang. A ship was approaching, but not from outside. From inside the wreckage field. Thalik gave the order to stop engines. Everyone held their breath. The object moved slowly. It looked like a human fighter, old, but still running. It was covered in black plating and had no lights. Like it was part of the dark. Should we hail it? Corin asked. No, Thalik said. Just watch. The fighter came closer. Then it stopped. Its front light turned on, just once, and blinked 3 times. Mile translated. Code Alpha 3. Identify yourself. Corin whispered. It's challenging us? Thalik gave a strange answer. Respond with Earth code Zeta 9. Observer only. No threat. Everyone looked confused. How do you know that code? Corin asked. I've studied the Red Archive longer than anyone, Thalik said. I've seen things the Council hides. The ship paused. Then it vanished. One blink and it was gone. No trail, no warp, just gone. The hidden world. After the encounter, Mile gave a new report. Captain, I have found something. A planet hidden behind a false gravity field. It was invisible until now. Life signs? Thalik asked. Unknown. The planet is metal, entirely constructed. Possibly a machine world. They entered orbit. The planet below was huge. Dark steel stretched from pole to pole. Towers reached into space. No light, no motion. Then something changed. A signal came, a voice, not in galactic language, not in Earth language. It was a thought, a whisper in their minds. You come seeking ghosts, but you have found the gate. Go home, or join the silence. Corin clutched her head. It's in my brain. It's speaking without sound, the voice continued. This is Earth's eye. The vengeance sleeps, but the eye never closes. Thalik was shaking. This is a watcher world, he said. A listening post, built by humans to monitor the galaxy. The data vault against Miles' warning. Thalik ordered a dropship to land on the planet. He, Corin, and 2 guards stepped onto the cold metal surface. No wind. No sky, just black towers and glowing panels. They followed a pulsing light to a chamber deep inside. A vault. It opened when Thalik touched it. Inside, hundreds of glowing ORBS.data.KORR in activated 1. Holograms filled the room. Scenes from the past. Earth's fall, cities burning, alien ships attacking, humans fleeing into deep space. Another orb showed something different. Massive underground docks, fleets being built, men and women swearing oaths. We are the final line. We are the wrath. We are the vengeance fleet. Thalik watched in awe. They planned this. They knew they couldn't win. So they became something else. The message to the galaxy. Back on the ship, as they left the planet, Mile detected a broadcast. A message was sent from Earth's eye. To everyone, all species, all systems, all governments. The screen lit up. A figure appeared, human, clad in black armor, his eyes burned with light. To the galaxy that forgot us, we are still here. You pushed us. You erased us. You hunted us. But we were never gone. We saw your wars. We watched your games. The vengeance fleet sleeps in every corner of the dark. You wanted peace? Stay away. You want war? Wake us. This is not a warning. This is a memory. Earth remembers. The message ended. The crew sat frozen. Then Mail spoke. Captain, every council world just went into lockdown, and they're looking for us. Thalik sighed. Let them come. Now the truth is out. A secret betrayal. That night, while the crew rested, Corin met with someone in secret. She opened a hidden channel. A council agent appeared. You were told to return, he said coldly. Corin replied, I tried. Thalik wouldn't listen. Did you find it? Yes, she said quietly. I saw the eye. I saw the message. It's real. The agent's face darkened. That information is to be erased. The humans must remain myths. But they're not myths, Corin said. They're gods, and they're waking. The crew of the Varuan's Light could not forget the message. Earth remembers. It echoed in their minds even as they left the dark machine planet known as Earth's Eye. No one spoke for hours. Even Mail, the ship's AI, was quiet processing. The data, the warnings, the truth. Captain Thalik sat alone in his command chair. His hands were shaking slightly. The silence felt heavier than ever before. I thought humans were a myth, he whispered. But they are real, and they are angry. Strange dreams. At night, the crew slept uneasily. Corin tossed and turned in her quarters. In her dream, she stood on a battlefield. The sky was burning. Ships fell like stars. Shadows moved around. Her human soldiers, marching with steel in their eyes. One of them turned and looked directly at her. He wore black armor. His face was hidden behind a cracked helmet. But his voice echoed inside her head. "We remember who betrayed us." She woke up sweating. She wasn't the only one. Engineer Vex reported a strange vision too. "I saw a huge forge," he said. "Machines building ships, all human, all waiting for orders. Even Mile experienced something unusual, I detected. Memory fragments in my code," the AI said. "They were not mine." "What kind of fragments?" Thalik asked. "A map," Mile replied. "Coordinates to a dead star system. Labeled in Earth standard as Forge 9. Thalik narrowed his eyes. "Plot a course, we're going." The dying star system 2 days later. They arrived. The star in the center of the system was red and weak, slowly collapsing into itself. Around it, dead planets drifted like silent bones. The entire system was empty. No life. No signals. No reason to be here, unless you were human. Miles scanned deeply and found something hidden. "Captain," it said, "I detect an artificial MASS buried beneath Planet 3's surface. Massive structure. Energy levels ... rising." Thalik ordered the ship to orbit the planet. A landing crew was prepared. Thalik, Corinne, and 2 guards descended in a small shuttle. The buried base the planet's surface was cold and gray. Dust storms moved slowly across the ground. They reached the signal source, a massive steel door half buried under stone and dirt. No lights, no access port. Corinne brushed off a symbol carved into the steel. A single word in English, "Forge. My ale." Hacked into the old code from orbit. The door opened with a low growl. They stepped inside. Inside Forge 9. The base was dark and quiet. Long corridors stretched into shadows. Walls were made of black metal. Lights flickered to life as they moved forward. Old human technology covered the wall screens. Panels, weapons, tools. Suddenly, a voice echoed through the hall. "Intruders detected. Identity unknown. State your purpose." The team froze. Thalik replied, "We seek knowledge. We seek truth." Silence. Then lights powered on. The floor began to glow, showing them a path. "Follow. Your presence has been logged." They obeyed. The Eye Keeper. They reached a central chamber. In the middle floated a sphere of light. Around it were holograms of star maps, ship designs, and data streams in Earth Standard Code. The light spoke again. "Welcome to Forge 9. I am Archon Artificial Relay for coordination of human operations and navigation." Thalik stepped forward. "Are you human?" "I was built by humans," Archon replied. "But they are gone. Only the mission remains." "What mission?" Corinne asked. "To remember, to wait, to build." The chamber shifted. A large screen turned on. The story of Earth's fall Akoan showed them a recording. Humans fighting in space. Cities under attack. Strange alien ships firing into Earth's atmosphere. The voice explained, Earth was betrayed by those it called allies. When the Galactic Council grew afraid of human strength, they united to destroy Earth. But Earth was ready. The screen changed. Massive underground vaults filled with people, AI, and machines. Ships being hidden, weapons stored. Children placed into deep sleep. The last command from Earth's leaders, scatter, hide, build, wait. This base was one of 12 hidden forges. Thalik looked at the map. "So Earth is still alive?" Archon paused. "Earth is not dead. Earth is watching." The secret fleet Akoan took them deeper into the base. There, they saw it. An enormous chamber filled with ships, hundreds, all human-made, silent, sleeping. These were never finished. Archon said, "The builders died before activation, but if powered, they can fly." Thalik stared in awe. "We've only seen pieces of the Vengeance fleet. This is just one forge?" "Yes," Archon said. "There are more." scattered across space. Some have awakened, some still wait. Corrin stepped closer. Why didn't you attack us? Because you didn't come with war, Archon replied. But others did. The message from the past Archon played one final recording. A human woman, middle-aged, stood before the camera. Her uniform read, General Sarah Voss, Earth Defense Command. If you're seeing this, we are likely gone. We gave everything to protect our people. Some made it out, some are still hidden. But one thing is certain, the galaxy will forget us. They will rewrite history. They will call us monsters. That's fine. Let them whisper. But when they push too far, when they attack the innocent again, wake the fleet. Remind them why they feared us. The screen went dark. Thalek closed his eyes. They didn't die with hate, he said. They died with purpose. The betrayal begins back aboard Veruin's Light. Corrin contacted the Council in secret again. They found Forge 9, she whispered. It's real, it's all real. The Council agent replied, Good, send coordinates. We'll handle it from here. Corrin hesitated. Once they know, they'll destroy it, she said. They must, the agent said coldly. Or humans will rise again. We cannot allow that. Corrin ended the call. She looked at the stars. Something had changed inside her. A choice to Thalek returned to the bridge. Mile, he said, send a message to every ship we trust. What message, Captain? Thalek stood tall. The humans are not a myth. They are the storm we feared. But they were betrayed. And they may rise again. We have a choice, help them. Or fight them. I choose to stand beside truth. Mile sent the message. Far away, someone was listening. And somewhere in deep space, another human ship lit up, its engines glowing with light for the first time in centuries. The ship Veruin's Light hovered in orbit above the dead world Forge -9. Below, a hidden base built by ancient humans waited in silence. Inside that base, hundreds of sleeping warships rested in long dark halls. Machines had not moved for centuries, but now something had changed. The crew had awakened the AI called Archon, guardian of the Forge, and Archon had sent a signal, not to warn, but to wake. The signal carries in deep space. Across the galaxy, small devices hidden in black asteroids came to life. Each device blinked once, then sent a pulse dot in return. Stars shifted. Dark forms moved behind planetary rings. Buried systems lit up. Forgotten bases stirred. All across the galaxy, something that had been sleeping began to rise. The Vengeance fleet was waking. Back on the bridge, Captain Thalek stood on the bridge of Veruin's Light, watching the data screens. What's happening? Corrin asked, her voice tight. Mile, the AI replied. I am detecting multiple long-range signals. They are coming from distant sectors, human-built, all active now. Thalek narrowed his eyes. Archon said there were more forges. What if each one is sending the same signal? Corrin's skin went cold. That would mean hundreds of warships. Maybe more, Thalek said. Maybe thousands. The Council moves far across the galaxy, in the floating capital station of the Galactic Council. Panic had begun. Council chamber was filled with shouting voices. Alien leaders screamed over each other, waving data reports. Human signals are appearing in restricted zones. Fleets are forming near abandoned systems. This is an invasion. No, a council elder said. This is a resurrection. The truth they had hidden for so long about Earth's fall, about the betrayal, was now breaking free. The humans had not died. They had hidden. They had remembered. And now they were coming back, the betrayer's choice on Veruin's Light. Corrin stood in her private quarters. She stared at her communication panel. The Council had sent her another message. You were told to report everything. Destroy Forge 9. Kill Thalek. If you don't, we will. Corrin's hand trembled. Thalek had trusted her. He had brought her into the deepest secrets. He believed in truth, but she had been spying for the Council all along. Now, she had to choose. She turned off the panel and walked to the bridge, the first awakening below. In Forge 9's main chamber, one of the old human warships began to glow. Its engines HUMMED. Lights flashed along its hull. The name on the side became clear. HS Deliverance A.R. Cohen. S voice echoed across the ship. Deliverance is awakening. Status 82%. Weapon systems online. Command AI active. Thalik and the crew watched from orbit. It's moving. Miles said. And then for the first time in over 300 years, a human warship lifted off the ground. It rose slowly, then shot into the sky like a spear of fire, and it spoke. The ship speaks. The crew of Varuan's Light stared as a voice came across all channels. This is the HSS Deliverance. Earth Command Protocol. Vengeance Tier 3. Human assets reactivated. All threats will be neutralized. Thalik stepped forward. Deliverance, this is Captain Thalik of the Varuan's Light. We are not your enemy. Silence. Then, identity verified. Your ship is registered in Archive Zeta. You are not marked. For extermination, remain clear. The fleet is rising. The ship turned toward space and vanished at faster than light speed. An attack begins. Suddenly, alarms rang. Miles shouted, "Enemy ships incoming." Council signature detected stealth ships. Class Dread. Thalik's heart dropped. They followed us. Council warships broke out of hyperspace, 10 of them, heavy and armed. They opened fire on Forge 9 without warning. Blasts struck the surface. The planet shook. Inside the forge, Archon's voice called. Under attack. Initiating auto-defense. Partial fleets launching. Below, the dark halls opened. More human ships rose from the earth. 1, 2, 5, then 20. All deadly, they launched into space, targeting the attackers. The sky above Forge 9 became a battlefield. Corrin's decision. Thalik rushed to the weapon controls. Corrin, shield the forge. Now. Corrin stood frozen. She had told the Council where they were. This was her fault. But in that moment, she made a choice. She activated all shields and fired M-bursts at the Council dreadnoughts. Target locked, she said. Let's finish this. Thalik looked at her. You're with us? She nodded. I was a spy, but now I've seen the truth. Thalik didn't ask more. There was no time. The Silent Armada arrives then. Something unexpected happened. The stars above flickered. Dozens of new signals appeared on long-range scan, not from the Council. Not from Forge-9. From deep space. From all directions. Hundreds of ships. No lights. No signals. No names. Just shapes. Sharp, deadly. Human. They moved with perfect silence. Miles whispered. The Silent Armada. Has arrived. The Vengeance Fleet, long whispered about, long feared, was no longer a legend. It was here. And it was angry. Council flees. The Council dreadnoughts turned and ran. Even their captains understood. There was no victory here. They were outnumbered. Outgunned. OUTMATCHED. They vanished into warp space, fleeing like insects before the storm. In their place, the human ships formed a circle around Forge-9. They said nothing. They just waited. TA Leak finally spoke. Miles, open a channel. Let's try to talk. But no voice replied. Instead, one ship approached slowly. On its hull, a message appeared. Earth watches. Earth remembers. Earth decides. Then it stopped and waited. A warning to the galaxy. Thalik knew what this meant. The humans were awake. Not just one fleet, not just one planet, but all of them, the sleeping giants, had risen. Now they would watch the galaxy. And decide who was friend and who was enemy. He turned to Corrin. We have to warn them, he said. Corrin looked back. They already know. The Vengeance fleet had awakened above the dead world of Forge 9. Hundreds of human warships now floated in cold silence. Some were old, some looked new. But all shared one thing: anger. Captain Thalik stood on the bridge of Varuan's light, watching them on the screen. They weren't sending messages. They weren't asking questions. They were watching, waiting. Corin sat beside him, still quiet. She had betrayed the Council. She had helped Thalik protect the secret. Now the secret was alive, and it was preparing. For war, the peaceful world far across the galaxy. On a small green planet called Zarnal, life was quiet. Zarnal was home to a farming species, the Olex. They were short, peaceful, with soft skin and bright eyes. They had no army, no warships, no weapons. They didn't believe in war. On the morning of the attack, they were planting crops and singing their traditional sky-song. Then the sky changed. Black ships appeared, sleek, fast. Council-built. They fired without warning. Cities exploded. Farms turned to fire. The Olex didn't understand what was happening. They tried to send messages, but the satellites were already gone. In just 10 minutes, over half the planet was burning. Why the Council attacked in the Council chambers, behind closed doors. The leaders made a cold choice. We must show strength. One said, the galaxy is watching. But Zarnal is neutral, another replied. That is why. We show the Vengeance fleet that we are not weak. We destroy what they might protect. And so they picked the weakest target. A peaceful world. A message to the humans. We're still in control. But they were wrong. The message reached Forge-9. And Earth remembered. The response on Varuan's light. Mile interrupted the silence. Captain Thalik. Incoming signal, encrypted human code. Thalik turned. Who's sending it? I don't know, Mile replied. But it's marked with Earth Command Level 1. The message was short. Zarnal attacked. Civilian death count rising. Judgment will follow. Corin stood up fast. They're going to strike. Who? Thalik asked. The fleet, she said. The Vengeance fleet is going to answer that attack. Judgment begins 3 hours later. The human ships moved. Not all of them. Just 6. They left formation in perfect silence. No signals. No words. They jumped through hyperspace toward Zarnal. Thalik and Corin knew they had to follow. If the humans unleashed their full power, millions would die. They took Varuan's light and jumped after them. Zarnal in fire when they arrived. Zarnal was already in flames. Council ships still hovered above the cities, finishing their mission. But then, space opened. The 6 human warships appeared. Black, sharp, alive. Without speaking, they fired. Blue energy beams cut through the Council dreadnoughts in seconds. No warning. No mercy. The first 2 ships exploded instantly. The others tried to run. But the humans were faster. Missiles found them. Lasers tore their engines apart. In 1 minute, the entire Council fleet was gone. Not even escape pods survived. The human ships stopped. They floated over the planet. Then a voice filled every channel. Across every species, in every system. This is Earth. You attacked the innocent. You spilled the blood of farmers. You sent a message. We received it. Now hear ours. Touch the weak again, and we will burn your sky. The message ended. The 6 ships vanished into hyperspace. Thalik. On the surface, Captain Thalik and Corin landed on Zarnal after the attack. Fires still burned. But in one quiet village, survivors were gathering. Olex children cried over lost homes. Thalik knelt beside an old Olex woman. I'm sorry, he said. This was not your war. She looked at him with wide, tired eyes. Who were those ships? She asked. Humans. Corin answered. The woman nodded slowly. Then the old tales were true. The ones who vanished in fire have returned in fire. The galaxy reacts across the stars. Everyone was watching. The Vengeance fleet had spoken not with words, but with destruction. On criminal worlds, gangs hid their ships. On council planets, leaders called emergency meetings, and in backroom channels. Many began asking, should we fear the humans or follow them? Some saw terror. Others saw power, but no one could ignore them now. A second betrayal that night, aboard Varun's light. A new threat appeared. Corinne found Thalik in the control room. "Captain," she said, "we've been followed." "By who?" "Not the council," she said. "Worse. Mercenaries. Someone paid them to find us. Maybe even kill us." Thalik sighed. Who would do that now? Corinne hesitated. "I think the council has put a price on our heads. Then we need to disappear." Mile broke in. "Captain, a coded signal from an unknown source is coming in." "What does it say?" Thalik asked. The screen lit up. "You have seen the truth. The galaxy will come for you. But you are not alone. Come to Sector 11X. The last human awaits." The galaxy was in shock. The Vengeance fleet had shown its power over the peaceful world of Zarnal. 6 human warships destroyed an entire council fleet in less than 2 minutes. And they did it without a word. No mercy. No warning. Now, rumors spread like wildfire. The humans are gods. They are demons in metal. They will judge us all. But one message stood out. It had been sent to Varun's light after the attack. "Come to Sector 11X. The last human awaits." Captain Thalik held the message in his hands. Corinne stood beside him. "What if it's a trap?" she asked. Thalik didn't blink. "Then we go anyway." Sector 11X, the dead zone. Sector 11. X was off the charts. It was not listed in the Council's navigation systems. It was not part of any trade route. Most believed it to be empty space. But when Varun's light entered the sector, something strange happened. The stars vanished. All sensors failed. Mile. The ship's eye went silent for 12 full seconds. Then it spoke. "Captain, we have entered a cloaked region. An artificial black field hides what's inside. I am attempting to break through." Thalik stared at the black screen. Then the darkness opened. The hidden planet appeared. It was small, gray, covered in dust. No cities, no lights, but one thing stood out. A large tower stood at the center of the planet, shaped like a long spear pointing into the sky. Thalik narrowed his eyes. "That doesn't look alien." Corinne zoomed in. Written across the tower in old Earth letters. "Project Genesis, Earth Continuation Command," Corinne gasped. Genesis. That was Earth's last survival program. Mail confirmed. This planet was not discovered by the Council. Its data was erased long ago. Thalik gave the order. Prepare to land. Landing on Genesis, the shuttle touched down. Near the tower. No defenses appeared. No drones attacked. Only wind and dust moved. Thalik, Corinne, and 2 guards stepped out. The air was thin but breathable. Gravity was normal. The tower's doors opened without a sound. It had been waiting. Inside, lights turned on one by one, guiding them through dark steel corridors. Miles spoke through the helmet radios. "This base is alive, but quiet. I sense a single energy source, deep below." They followed the path. At the bottom was a chamber. 1 chair. 1 screen. And 1 person. The last human sat alone in the chair. Old, bald, worn, but not weak. He looked up when they entered. His voice was calm, quiet, but strong. "You came. Good." Thalik froze. "You're human," the man nodded. "One of the last, maybe the last." Corinne stepped closer. "Who are you?" he smiled. "My name is Commander Elias Rain. I was a leader in Earth's final days. I stayed behind. 2. Watch." Thalik asked, "Are you really alone?" Elias nodded. "The others left. Some fled. Some went underground. I stayed here because Earth needed someone to guard the final truth." The final truth. Elias stood and walked to the far wall. He pressed a panel. A Map appeared of Earth, but it wasn't Earth as they knew it. This Earth was hidden, covered in shields, surrounded by thousands of satellites. You see, Elias said, Earth was never destroyed. It was erased. Erased. Corin asked. Yes, Elias said. We made it disappear. Faked our own death. Let the galaxy believe we were gone. But why? Thalik asked. Elias looked into his eyes. Because the Council feared us. They turned on us, betrayed us, bombed our cities, killed millions. But you fought back, Corin said. Elias shook his head. We didn't fight back then. We planned, we hid. We built the Vengeance Fleet. He stepped forward, and we waited. The Vengeance Fleet's mission, Thalik asked the question everyone feared. Is the fleet here to destroy the Council? Elias did not answer at first. Then he said, not destroy, judge. He walked to the screen again. Dozens of Council worlds appeared marked in red. These planets helped destroy Earth. They sent ships, bombs, lies. And the others? Corin asked. Some are neutral, some helped us in secret. But most. Elias pointed at the screen, chose silence. He turned. Now Earth has chosen to speak. A weapon or a man? Corin looked at Elias closely. You're old, but strong. How are you still alive? Elias smiled. Project Genesis. I was. Kept in stasis. Only woke when the vengeance signal was sent. So you're a backup leader? Thalik asked. No, Elias said. I am a reminder. A final piece of Earth's will. He stepped closer. And I have a choice to make. What choice? Thalik asked. Elias looked at both of them. Do I wake Earth or let her sleep? Earth. Still livest. Thalik was shocked. Earth isn't just a planet anymore, is it? Elias nodded. Correct. Earth is now part machine, part mind. The original Earth was hidden beneath layers of AI, defense systems, and deep sleep chambers. He walked to the panel again. The Vengeance Fleet was only the first layer. What's the second? Corin asked. Elias turned to them. Earth itself. If I press this button, the planet will rise. And with it, true judgment. Thalik's warning. Thalik stepped forward. You can't do that. Why not? Elias asked calmly. Because not everyone out there is guilty, Thalik said. Many races had nothing to do with Earth's fall. And now they fear what's coming. Elias studied him. And fear is not justice. Is that what you mean? Yes, Thalik said. You've made your point. You showed the galaxy your back. But if you push too hard, you'll start a war that never ends. Elias nodded slowly. You may be right. A new message. Elias turned to a control screen. I will send a message. To who? Corin asked. To everyone, Elias replied. He pressed a button. A light filled the room. His voice was broadcast across the galaxy. This is Commander Elias, Reign of Earth. We have returned. But we do not seek revenge. We seek truth. To those who stood silent, be warned. To those who helped be remembered. And to those who still plot, know this Earth watches. The message ended. The choice. As the room went quiet, Elias walked back to his chair. He sat down slowly. I will not wake Earth. Yet, but if the galaxy falls back into cruelty, if the weak are crushed again, I will press the final button. Thalik gave a short nod. We'll try to stop that day from coming. Elias smiled. Good, then maybe the galaxy still has hope. The galaxy was now awake. The message from Commander Elias Reign had spread across 1,000 systems. We have returned. We do not seek revenge. We seek truth. Earth watches. For some, it was a warning. For others, a chance for peace. But deep in the heart of the Galactic Council, it was seen as a threat. The secret Council fleet in a hidden star system known only to a few. Project Silencer had been reborn. It was the Council's darkest military secret, a fleet of warships built in silence, never registered, never revealed. Each ship was fast, invisible to sensors, and loaded with weapons strong enough to destroy moons. Inside the command room of the hidden station Black Reach, Council General Vaylor Jin stood before a giant screen. His reptilian eyes narrowed as he watched the footage of the Vengeance fleet. These humans ... double quotes, he hissed. They pretend they want peace. But peace is a lie. He turned to his officers. We strike first. We destroy Forge 9. We destroy the old Earth AI. We end the Vengeance fleet. But sir, one officer said, what if the humans truly want peace? Vaylor smiled coldly. Let them find peace in the grave. A warning from a friend back aboard Veruin's Light. Captain Thalik stood near the starboard window, watching. The stars drift by. Beside him, Corinne stared at a screen, running data scans. Suddenly, Mail, the ship's AI, spoke in a low tone. Captain, we've received a secret signal. From a source marked as Friend 3. Thalik turned quickly. Play. A voice came through the speakers. It was an old friend, Council Archivist Davaz, who had secretly helped them before. Thalik, listen to me. The Council is building a fleet, a hidden one, called Project Silencer. It's not for defense, it's for total destruction. They're coming. They want to erase all human technology, especially Forge 9. Get out of there. Or stop them. The message ended. Silence filled the bridge. Thalik looked at Corin. They're afraid. Corin nodded. Afraid enough to kill. The AI speaks that night, while the crew slept. Veruin's Light received another message. This one wasn't sent by a person. It came from Earth itself. Mile announced. Captain, a signal has arrived, encrypted in Earth AI language. It is from the core. Thalik's heart skipped. You mean Earth's main system? Yes, Mile replied. Earth's intelligence is awake. And it is watching. Thalik stood up. Open it. The screen flickered. A simple message appeared in glowing letters. Judgment must be balanced. Truth must be kept. Silence must be broken. Do you stand with us? Thalik typed his answer, yes. The message vanished. Then coordinates appeared. A voice, cold, human, and machine, spoke only 2 words. Next target. A surprise visit. The coordinates led to a small outpost in neutral space. It looked like an old mining station. Thalik, Corin, and 2 guards landed on its surface. They expected silence, but instead, they were met by a strange figure. An old alien, tall, thin, wrapped in dark cloth. His face hidden. I know why you've come, the alien said. I was once part of Project Silencer. I helped build the weapons. Why are you helping us now? Thalik asked. The alien's voice shook. Because I saw the plans, what they will do to Earth. To everyone who helps Earth. Is not war, it is extermination. He handed Thalik a chip. This has everything. The fleet size, movement, location. Then the alien stepped back. I will be gone before sunrise. So should you. The race begins back on the ship, Mile. Scan the data chip. This confirms everything, the AI said. The Council has 40 stealth ships ready. 2 are already moving toward Forge 9. Thalik clenched his fists. They're going to hit it while Elias is still there. Corin stepped forward. Then we need help. Call the Vengeance fleet. Thalik nodded. Mile, send the signal. Pulse went out across space. The response was fast. 9 human ships jumped in near Veruin's Light. All of them silent. Black, ready. Their leader, HSS Revenant, sent a message. Earth has heard the call. We will stand. The battle over Forge 9. An hour later, the Council's stealth ships arrived. They decloaked above Forge 9 and began to charge weapons. But they weren't alone. The Vengeance fleet was waiting. Revenant's captain gave no warning. No speech. Just orders. Strike. Beams of light tore across space. One by one, the Council ships exploded. But they fought back hard, firing advanced plasma rounds, dropping anti-AI bombs, trying to breach Forge 9's shield. One human ship, HS Ember, was hit and lost power. Thalik saw it on the screen. They need help. He turned to Corin. We're not just watching this. We're going in. Into the fire ruins. Light rushed toward the battle. They weaved between missiles, dodged debris, and fired impulses at the Council's rear ships. Corin targeted a stealth frigate. Firing! Boom! The frigate split in half. Miles shouted. Another ship is cloaking near the planet's south pole. Thalik growled. They're going for a ground strike. He grabbed the com. All units, protect the surface. Do not let them reach the forge. 2 vengeance ships dived, cutting off the attackers. The sky lit up with explosions. Forge 9 stood safe for now. A wound that hurts. The battle ended after 20 minutes. The Council fleet was destroyed, but the victory came with a cost. HSM was gone. 3 more ships were badly damaged, and on the surface, part of Forge 9's outer shell had been burned. Commander Elias Rain stood watching the sky. He touched the burn mark on the wall. They're scared, he said softly. That's why they hit so hard. Corin walked up behind him. They won't stop, will they? Elias shook his head. No, not until Earth is silent again. A new threat later, back on Veruin's Light. Thalik received a new message. It was marked unknown origin. He opened it. One line. You've made enemies in high places. Now it's time to meet the real masters of the Council. Thalik read it aloud. Corin looked confused. The real masters? Mail scanned the signal. It did not come from the Council. It came from deep space, a location unregistered by any map. A map appeared on the screen. In the center, a red system known only as the Spine. Mile whispered. That's where the old legends say the true power hides. The galaxy held its breath. The message from the deep space signal had been clear. The real masters of the Council were not the politicians or generals. They were something else. Hidden in the dark heart of the galaxy. The Spine, a place so secret that no map showed it. Captain Thalik, Corin, and Commander Elias Rain prepared their ship. It was time to face the final truth. Journey to the spin of ruins. Light jumped through hyperspace. For hours. The stars blurred. No one spoke. The silence was heavy. Elias stared out the window. This place, he said quietly, is where Earth was betrayed, where our enemies hid. Corin looked at him. Who are these real masters? Elias sighed. They are called the Void Council. Ancient beings who use the Council as puppets. They want the galaxy under their control. Thalik swallowed hard. If they control the Council, then they control everything. Elias nodded. And that must end. Arrival at the Spine when Veruins. Light came out of hyperspace. Nothing looked normal. Stars twisted. Space bent. Darkness swallowed light. Ahead, a massive black fortress floated, bigger than any station. Its surface was cold metal, sharp edges glowing with strange energy. This was the Spine, the home of the Void Council. Infiltration. They had no choice. To destroy the Void Council, they needed to get inside. Elias led the team. They used a stealth shuttle to slip past defenses. The station's sensors were powerful, but the shuttle was silent. They landed in a forgotten hangar. Darkness wrapped around them. They moved quietly. Every shadow could hide danger. The first encounter deep inside the fortress. They found the Void Council, but the beings were not like any alien they had seen. They were tall, with glowing eyes and shifting forms. Their voices were echoes in their minds. You dare enter? Earth's ghosts shall burn. Elias stepped forward. We come to end your rule. The Void Council laughed. Foolish humans, you awaken powers you cannot control. Suddenly, the chamber shook. Walls shifted. The battle had begun. Battle for the Spine. Thalik and Corin fought side by side. Blasts of energy flew. They dodged traps and attacks. Elias used old Earth technology. He activated a hidden device that sent pulses to disable the Void Council's powers. Temporarily. But the Void Council fought back fiercely. They sent creatures made of shadow. They attacked with mind control. Corrin's past during the fight. Corrin was trapped by a shadow creature. It whispered lies. It told her to betray Thalik, but she resisted. Her past as a council spy haunted her. But now, she fought for Earth. She broke free. Her will was stronger than any shadow. Elias sacrificed. Elias reached the control core. He prepared to activate the device that would destroy the fortress. But the Void Council sent a final attack. He was hit. Falling, he looked at Thalik and Corrin. Finish this. For Earth. With his last strength, Elias activated the device. The fortress began to collapse. Escaped the lake, and Corrin ran through falling halls. Explosions shook the station. They barely made it to the shuttle. They launched just before the spine exploded. Outside, the stars shone again. The dark fortress was gone. Earth awakens back in orbit around hidden Earth. The planet itself stirred. The eye guarding Earth's core spoke. The threat is gone. Judgment is ready. The time has come. Lights glowed beneath the surface. Deep sleep chambers opened. Ships began to rise. Earth was waking. New beginning. Thalik looked at Corrin. This is only the start. She nodded. The galaxy would never be the same. Earth was back. Strong. Watching. Waiting. And ready. End of the saga. The Vengeance Fleet was no longer just a legend. It was the future. And the galaxy would remember.